I'm here with my good friend El Martinez, our Director of Sales for Sandia Products, and we're looking at our largest, most advanced carpet extractor with regard to the Sniper extraction series at Sandia. Al, tell us about it. What do you love about this machine?
What's not to love, Bill? Like all of the Sandia products, it's molded out of the same roto-molded hard plastic. It's durable, well constructed, all the features that you need to get the job done right. It has a continuous fill feature, so you have plenty of supply for the biggest jobs, and you have a continuous dump on the back, so again, you can get the biggest jobs done.
So this is the equivalent of sort of a truck-mounted unit with regard to capacity, with the ease and the mobility and flexibility of a self-contained portable.
Absolutely. It's got 12 gallons of solution, 14 gallons of recovery, so if you do want to do it as a portable job, you have plenty of room there too.
Beautiful.
Comes with everything you see here. That includes the 3000 PSI wire braided Goodyear hose.
I noticed the brass fittings. As with everything with Sandia, all of our fittings are brass, built to last. And what is the concern with regard to chemicals and solvents?
These all have Viton seals.
Yeah, so you're not going to have an issue with any decay or breakdown.
Right. It also comes with two 25-foot cables. They're illuminated at both ends, male and female, so that you know when you have power to the cord.
Great feature so that you got operational certainty. I know there's a lot of concerns sometimes if something's not working. Is it the wall? Is it our power source? Is it the cord? Or has something gone wrong with the machine? This gives you that operational certainty. You plug it in, if these illuminate, you know you got power both from the wall and to the other end of the cord. So really a great feature with regard to Sandia.
Absolutely. Next is the 50-foot wire braided supply line. So again, for your continuous fill, you have 50 feet, so you have plenty of room to
Plenty of flexibility. And again, tell me about the cord.
It's wire braided.
Again, with Sandia, what you see is what you get, but also what you don't see, fortunately, is what you get. There's a lot of engineering that doesn't meet the eye, but really meets the needs with regard to a lot of the componentry, many of which you'll find out in a very pleasant way after you've purchased the machine and in operation that, oh, that's why they designed it that way. It's, again, the highest quality hose you're going to find in the market.
Absolutely. Then we have 50-foot hose for the auto dump. So again, plenty of mobility. Moving on to the recovery lines, we have a 4-foot that will connect one end to the machine, and the next end will connect to the inline filter.
So in other words, here I am.
Right.
Your extractor wand is on the end of that.
Correct. So any debris that you would be collecting is going to be caught in the filter itself.
Now what's the value of that?
You're going to protect the pump.
Got it. Got it.
So,
and you're moving with such velocity and able to do such volume. This is a really smart component to put into your service approach. Really prevents any headaches and will give you years of long-lasting pump performance.
Absolutely.
Very good.
And lastly is a 25-foot hose to attach to your extractor, and that leads into the filter.
Now I notice the hoses are of great quality too and very flexible.
Absolutely. They're incredibly flexible, crush-proof, anti-static, so you're not going to have any issues with clogs or anything.
Fantastic. I'm going to dump this stuff off.
Great.
Why don't you start from the top down? Tell us what's so special about the machine.
Quality throughout. So you have these, your access port is actually taken from the boating industry. Rugged, easy to use. The port here, also double wall construction, very rugged.
No bending over to fill.
Right.
Translates into no workers' comp issues.
Solution feed line, so if you have any chemicals that you wish to add separately and not directly into your solution tank, you can put this in. Comes with a variety of metering tips so you can meet the requirements of your
Perfect.
solution.
Again, exacting standards, a very exacting method, minimal variation, gives you high predictability to be able to deliver in a safe and cost-effective manner. Saves a lot of time. I really like that feature.
Absolutely. Vacuums are independently switched, as well as your solution pump, as well as your waste pump.
So fingertip control, again, recessed for protection, a lot of thought went into this design.
Absolutely. You're not going to bump them. You're not going to break them. So do we want to spin her around?
Sure. Let's do a side view real quick.
Actually, one moment before we go back there. Wanted to point out the powder-coated stainless steel rotary latch, rugged and durable, but easy to operate. It makes it real easy to access.
I'll tilt it back.
Makes it real easy to access the guts of the machine.
You know, it's funny, when we have all the engineers come by the booths at our shows, they just rave about the quality and apparent simplicity. I guess when you get it right, it appears to be simple. But this is really taking a very complex and difficult challenge to get this much power and performance in such a small and flexible mobile package. People just rave about the quality of the engineering.
Absolutely.
Again, you see all the hoses have the metal flex buried in the rubber and are geared towards just the peak of performance.
Yep. Inline filters for your supply lines, everything.
Things go together in a snap. Got it?
On the side, we see the ribbing, signature to all of the Sandia products, but integral to the strength of the unit as well. This ribbing gives it the strength to have all that power inside. So without it, it would just be flexing from all the suction.
Well, when you create all this vacuum power, what happens is there's a real challenge to the cavity to want to suck in, and this gives us the structural integrity as well as the aesthetics. Our team members in Hawaii find that when they love their equipment and they find that it's not bad to look at and they're proud of it, they take better care of it. So we think it's a great looking piece of equipment and one that the people really embrace and are proud to be associated with.
Absolutely. Right here is one of the intakes for air. So we're bringing cool outside air directly in over the motors. It's amazing how much heat builds up in those cavities, but yet all our competitors are recirculating that heat over the motor. So by taking cool air from outside over the motors, we get cooler operation, longer lasting components.
And it's such a simple solution, it makes perfect sense. Tell me about the wheels.
The wheels are non-marring casters up front, non-marring, semi-pneumatic, quiet rolling wheels in the back. The great size on them for getting over thresholds or getting up onto that first step. Just a great wheels.
You know, now more than ever, you bring up the point about quiet and effective. We not only need to be effective, but we need to do it quietly now. Hospitals, when you're moving from point A to point B, you want to be able to move through the hallways and corridors very quietly. And so the wheels are not only known for and designed for their structural integrity, but to be able to get us there fast, efficiently, but quietly, especially at the hotels as well. We use these in a lot of the corridors for doing hallways in our hotels. And the machine really is a power plant, but getting it there can often be a challenge with some of the other models that Brand X has. And this really is a very convenient and easy to maneuver piece of equipment. Let's tilt it around back. No worries. I think in the beginning, one of your favorite pieces is this, what do you call it?
It's a step plate. I don't know if that's the right term or not, but that's what I call it. I step on it, tips the front of the machine up.
So you notice your toe fits right in there, allows you to tip it back, and the balance on it is really nice.
It is. On the back here we have the oil-filled gauge, which is to prevent moisture from building up in the gauge itself, as well as stabilizing the needle in transport so you have a better reading.
And let me jump in here. This is the kind of superior componentry that I'm so impressed with Sandia. I mean, the people that engineered this product have gone to such great lengths to make sure that they use the best of the best in it. Much of which you may not see or be aware of, but later on you'll find out makes a real difference in the longevity and the operational ease of these machines. Please go ahead.
Sure. We have the pressure valve as well, so we can adjust that all the way up to 1200 PSI.
Wow, that's
Easy
a lot
to
of
use.
power.
Absolutely. 2 pigtails, so that we have ample power and amperage for all the motors inside.
Great, and the whole purpose there is you want to make sure that you use 2 separate circuits when operating a machine of this capacity and this power.
Absolutely. And also they're great because you're not having to carry around all those cables and cords. Much more durable than...
And like we said, if a cord does disappear or you do have a situation where a cord was damaged, you're able to source them locally.
Absolutely. Should you choose to use it with a recovery tank, your dump is right here, easy to use. And should you choose to use it...
Recessed and protected. That's the part I'm noticing here as I'm looking at this. Really smart design. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've broke portable extractors before that I've owned and used that weren't Sandia, that stick out and expose themselves to that liability.
Absolutely. And should you choose to use it as a continuous dump,
Your hose goes right there.
your hose goes right there.
Perfect.
Lastly, we have all the motors inside are tied to a single exhaust, so you're exhausting outside as opposed to inside that cavity. Again, keeping the motors cooler for better operation.
Longer life, quieter operation. Terrific. Have we missed anything?
I think we've hit the big details. On top, we have some cubbies for...
Let's tilt it back and show them. So you've got opportunities for your chemicals, keys, tools, things you
Scrapers,
might
anything
need.
like that.
Once again,
comfortable grips.
absolutely. It's funny, I asked one of our engineers, how did we know what the optimal level for the handles were? And they said, we like to use common sense and what people use and are most comfortable with. We went to a shopping center and got the height on the average shopping cart. Made sense to me. I know at Sandia we say that some of our best thoughts
Are those of others.
Yeah, together we're better. So all of this backed by Sandia's best warranty on the planet. When an order hits the floor,
It's out the door in 24.
and if there's any requests or any issues, if you want to tie it in with other accessories, we make it right overnight. So let's talk about some of those.
Well, I think the biggest accessory is private branding.
Well, that's true. Tell us
Make this your
about
own.
that.
Infinite supply of colors. So you pick a color, we can build a machine. And you can brand the machine with your company's information, your customer's information. The possibilities are endless, and it's just a great way to take ownership and pride in the unit, as well as promoting yourself or your customer.
I know the first time at Hawaii Care and Cleaning we ordered some Sandia products with the HCC logos. It was a big kick. Everybody got a big kick out of it, and they took a lot of pride in the fact that our name was out there being promoted at our resorts.
Sure.
I loved it. Tell me about the wands that are available.
We have our most popular wand with the unit is a 2-bend S stainless steel 2-jet wand. Again, using that Goodyear 3000 PSI wire braided hose. Has a nice convenient handle on top for extra leverage, but just smooth operating, great unit. You also have available a single jet.
But with this kind of power, I can understand why that one is the most popular.
Absolutely. And then your favorite tool.
Well, having cleaned a bathroom or two, you get the challenges with the grout. And I'd love to bring a monster pressure washer into every restroom I've ever been into, but the proximity and the walls and the interior issues prohibit that. So what's been created here by Sandia is the perfect portable powerhouse to be able to do grout cleaning. So for hard surfaces, as well as the grout I just talked about, we've got a spinner head that is able to be used interior in the most water sensitive areas. And with this kind of pressure, it delivers 1200 PSI to that grout or hard surface area in a fully self-contained unit that then, with the recovery tank, is recovered nicely without any muss or fuss or splash and brought safely back to the containment unit and or brought out with continuous feed. So this is a marriage made in heaven in terms of a high-tech application to be able to get to areas where you normally couldn't do pressure washing, but now can with the SX12.
And being able to take all that water up immediately as you're putting it down is really a safety issue.
Big time. As a matter of fact, we've been in restrooms where we thought we could flood coat them and have them go into a drain only to have problems with the floor. So the immediate recovery, very, very smart and very, very safe.
I think we've covered it.
All right, so all of that backed once again with Sandia's best warranty on the planet, and our commitment to your success continues. The 800-pound gorilla is a phenomenal piece of equipment for the more sophisticated user that wants to tackle those big jobs but still has the flexibility and the mobility of a portable unit. Thank you.
Thank you.